I need you back, back, back. I need you back, back, back. Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I've been meaning to make this one for a while. It's about the Norvina palette and I really love this palette. I have it for a few weeks, so I've been using it a lot. It is a very different palette for what I usually go for and what I usually buy in terms of eyeshadows. I usually pick warm neutrals or even cool neutrals sometimes. I don't pick colors usually because I know I'm not gonna use them, but this one, it's pastels. There are pastels in here. These are more user-friendly when it comes to people like me that don't want to adventure too far from the neutrals. I've been using this quite a lot and it inspires me to create more interesting looks and step out of my comfort zone a bit when it comes to colors. Because it's pastels, it also has some warm neutrals in there, these browns like that and kind of bronzy orangey shades. I have this this one that's called Summer. That's a bit kind of what I usually buy. So I love this rosy gold in here. To be honest with you, this palette I purchased for the rosy gold shade especially. I fell in love with this shade. I have a mirror in here and I'm looking at the palette. That's why I'm looking there. But I have watched swatches before I purchased this and I noticed that the rosy gold was so intense and amazing and I really wanted to have that shade. And I thought, you know what, I am drawn to this shade as well, which is odd for me, and why not give other shades a try as well. I love the fact that I have this one in here for the inner corner. I go for classic when it comes to inner corner. I want some champagne, kind of light champagne-y shade in the inner corner usually, most of the times actually, because it brightens up my eyes, and my eyes being hooded and quite small, I like to kind of open them up, and I feel like this type of shades in the inner corner do best for me and flatter, I don't know, my makeup looks much better than any other shades. Why speak about it too much? Let me show you the swatches of this. You've probably seen them before, but you haven't never seen my swatches. So let me show you the swatches for this palette. And then I'm going to show you how I created this makeup look. And I've used an unusual shade, a shade that I don't normally pick to do my makeup looks with. It's this shade. It's called Soul. And it's a purpley, it's matte. All of these shades here are matte and these are the shimmers above. I wouldn't normally pick to do my makeup with these type of shades like that. I have a lovely subscriber from my channel that mentioned to me that she has this palette, Norvina Palette, and that she would like to be inspired to use this shade a bit more, the shade Soul. The inspiration for this makeup look was the idea of sunset. So you have the purpley blue vibe and then it just gradually goes to orange shades and yellow. Don't think I'm ready for you. Don't think you're ready for me either. I know you've been with her too long. It's okay, I'm just saying. What if she told you that she still likes you and she wants you to come back? Would you go and pretend like I'm nothing, although you want her, want her, want her? I need you back, back, back. I need you back, back, back. I need you back, back, back. I need you back. This palette has a velvety feel to it. It has texture. It just feels velvety. That's the best way I can describe it. It has a quality weight to it as well. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. Well, it's not like it is cheap, but it feels quality. You also get a brush in here, which I'm very pleased about. The brush itself says Anastasia Beverly Hills on it. And it has one edge that's more flat like this. Well, not very flat, but basically to just apply eyeshadow all over the lid, I'm supposing. And the other part for the blending. This part is very versatile because you can use it just to pack color in the outer corner, on the lower lash line, as well as obviously for applying it on the eyelid. This brush doesn't feel very soft. I don't know how it's gonna feel on the eye. It's quite firm and it just doesn't feel very soft to me as a first impression. Now let's move on to the swatches. This palette has 14 shades, ranging from bold and bright mattes to soft pastel metallics. It has 7 matte and 7 metallic eyeshadow finishes, a dual-ended makeup brush, and a large mirror housed inside travel-friendly packaging, it says here on the website. The first shade we have here is called Dreamer. This is a metallic pink champagne, and I love to have these type of shades in my palettes because I prefer them in the inner corner. I know I'm a bit boring with that, but I really love a champagne shade in my palette. Next one is Summer. It's a foiled golden topaz, Wild Child, duochrome frosty pink with a magenta shift. And this looks exciting to me and I can't wait to use that because this would be the injection of color in my makeup looks. Rose Gold, which is a metallic rosewood, and this is another shade that convinced me and I think had the final word in me picking this palette because it's very bright and metallic and packed up with pigment that convinced me to just buy this. So this shade I'm very excited about. Then Celestial, which is a duochrome plum with a violet shift. Next we have Dazzling Cool Tone Bronze with a violet shift. This is another shade that I love because this is something that I go for anyway, and of course I'm excited about that one. Drama, which is a duochrome aubergine with a cool bronze shift. Now we're moving on to the matte row. This is Base. It's a matte eggshell. Okay, you can see that very well there, but it's very pigmented, I can tell. And if it doesn't swatch well on the arm, it doesn't mean it's not gonna look good on the eyelid and very pigmented. So it's basically my skin color. I think that's why you can barely see it, but it's very pigmented. Oh, you can see it better if I do this. Soul, which is a matte wisteria. Incense, it's a matte dusty terracotta. Love, matte mid-tone cool pink. Volatile, matte warm charcoal. Eccentric, matte dark burnt orange. Passion, matte deep garnet. These are all the shades. These are all the shimmers. And these are all the mattes. Just to put it out there, this palette opens all the way and underneath like that. I do like to tell you these things because it's important to me. I don't know why, but just so you know that you can bend this palette however you like it. So it just goes all the way. And this style of packaging reminds me of the Urban Decay original Naked palette. This is how those would open as well, all the way like this and tuck underneath. There are probably many palettes on the market that do that, but I'm just talking from personal experience what I had that does this, and I have the original Naked palette from Urban Decay and that does the same thing. And actually that has the same kind of feel, velvety feel, like this one. I actually have it right here, let me just show it to you. That has kind of the same idea of a velvety touch, which sometimes annoys me if my hands are not hydrated. It's like, ugh, I don't want to touch this, you know?
I wasted all my time, I wasted all my nights, I wasted it on someone who's indifferent. He didn't love me right, he told me I was blind, but I never really wanted to listen. You have been here since day one, seen my ups and downs, never left my side once, yeah, you stuck around. Who knew it was you? You have been here all along, you have always been the one, yeah, who knew it was you? You have always been the one that
haven't used this Anastasia Beverly Hills brush from this palette, but it actually feels very scratchy on the skin. This side feels very scratchy. Let's see this other side. This one just feels like it doesn't scratch. This one is okay, but this one is scratchy and it's not soft. I've used this palette so much since I got it, quite a lot actually. I love the palette, I love the shades inside, but I haven't used the brush, and that's why this is the first time it's not the softest brush, I can say that, just so you know, if you don't have this palette. So I'm gonna take the other one with the extra eccentric on. I'm just gonna put here a bit because I feel like it's just, especially for hooded eyes, I need a bit of shadow there, and I had to do that after foundation because otherwise it would have disappeared when I apply my concealer and foundation.
Don't think I'm ready for you. Don't think you're ready for me either. I know you've been with her too long. It's okay, I'm just saying. What if she told you